Hey y'all, it's Ariel and I'm back with the tutorial. So today I'm going to be starting a series. I'm not sure how many parts I'm going to have, but it's going to be a series using the LOL collection. Most of us hauled this a while back, but as far as I know, I haven't seen a lot of people make any tutorials, or I haven't seen very many uses of the LOL paper pad. So I thought that I would take initiative and make some stuff with it. So here we go. Okay, so these are the 2 pages that I chose. And before we get started, guys, if you hear my daughters, I have 2 beautiful daughters, one 5-year-old and one 5-month-old. And my 5-month-old is sitting right by mommy, and she's doing a lot of chit-chat, okay? She had a lot to say today. So forgive me if it's too loud or if you can't hear, guys. I apologize in advance. But without further ado, so today we're going to be making a 8-inch box. So we are going to score. Well, first off, what I want to do is I want to take these 2 pages together because, of course, they're not double-sided. But I'm going to use this for the outside of my box, and I want this to be the inside of my box. And something that I found about this collection, to me, it doesn't really coordinate. Like, I mean, some of the pages kind of go well together, but some of the pages are just kind of in there. Like, I know they have like some leafy pictures, and well, I don't have to go through all of them. If you have the paper pad, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I mean, it's kind of hard to put it all together. But these 2 pages that I picked, I feel like they go well enough. So that's what we are going to be using. So to make myself have some double-sided paper, I'm just going to stick these 2 pages together and put the other page right on top of it. And y'all, I'm not the best at lining these pages up, so it would not surprise me if mine were a little bit off. But you know what? That is okay. So, and I actually did pretty good. I got off a little bit, but you know what? Guess I gotta have a little bit more faith in myself. But we did that pretty much because I want my box to be more sturdy. So with those 2 pages together, give it like more of a, I guess, sturdier feel to it. But so we're gonna take our scoreboard, and then since it's 12 inches, then we want to score it at 2 inches on each side. So this is going to be a square box, and it is going to be 8 by 8. So I'm gonna get put it at the 2-inch mark, and then we're just gonna score it down all the way down. And I like to try to go over mine a few times, especially when I double up those pages, just to make sure that it's scored well. Okay, and then we just want to do that to all 4 sides. Okay, now that we have all 4 of those sides scored, we want to just fold them over and take our bone folder and just crease them really well. Okay, and now that we have those creased, we want to take our scissors. And if you haven't noticed, I'm using all of my LOL supplies that I hauled. I got the scissors, came with like 3 different pair of scissors. And then I got the hot glue gun, 40% off. This stuff was like really cheap. I want to say the scissors were like $10 a pack. So they ended up being like $6. And then the hot glue gun, I want to say it was only $6 in the beginning. So I might have paid about $3 or $4 for it. But really cheap, really cute. I love it. So works well enough anyways. So once we get done, and I'm sorry guys, I didn't even tell y'all, all I did was just cut 1 of each side, okay? So if you want to do the opposite side from whichever you cut last time. So last time I cut on this end, so of course we don't want to cut on this end because we would cut that square off. We want to cut on the opposite end. And then we're just going to go all around and just keep on cutting. And then I am going to use, you can use your ATG tape, you can use hot glue, you can use wet glue, whatever kind of glue you choose. And I wanted to use my wet glue, but I can't find it, y'all. So I'm gonna just choose to go with the ATG tape on these ends. So you want to fold it over, guys. Don't do it on this, on the inside, because you don't want to have to put it like that with the flap on the inside. You want the flap to be on the inside. So you want to fold it down and then glue. Okay, sorry guys, I had to change out that tape and get my precious honeybee situated over here. Okay, so as I was saying, you want to tape all of those corners. And I like to just go ahead and just get my taping out of the way. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I was out of frame. So I'm going to quickly start over with another box, and I'll be back. Okay, and now that we are done with the bottom of the box, we are going to go ahead and start the top of the box. So what we will need for the top is a 12 by 12 piece of acetate, and then our scoreboard. And guys, if you don't have acetate, then you could always just use a regular piece of paper with these same measurements, and that would still work. Okay, so with my acetate, I'm gonna flip it over the opposite direction. So this is the side that's gonna be on the inside of the box. And let me make sure we're in frame. Okay. And for this, we are going to measure, because I want this top to fit snug, I try to go just a tad bit smaller. So you have the 2-inch mark right here, and then you have the 7/8 mark right here. I want to try to get in between. And I know it's not much, but it actually does make a difference. So that is where we want to score. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And 9 times out of 10 it's not gonna be perfect. I mean, we're human. So, and then it's not a straight line, so I mean, hey. But do that on all 4 sides. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're gonna cut the 4 corners just like we did for the bottom of our box. So cut this side, and then you want to cut the opposite side of the next side, and then keep going till you get all 4 cut. And actually, with the lid, the way that I'm going to do it, I'm actually not going to need these corners at all. So we're just going to totally and completely cut these 2 corners off. Okay, so you have one side with 2 corners missing, and then you have that flap, and then this one is the opposite flap that's cut. Okay, so on these 2 flaps, we're just gonna glue it just like we did on the last box. And actually, before we do that, I want to go ahead and crease my score marks. And acetate is kind of important to do that because it's so strong. And if you don't crease it, I mean, it's just better if you do crease it. Put it that way. once you get all 4 edges creased, now we're going to put our tape on. If acetate, I know I said previously that you can use whatever kind of glue, but for acetate, I prefer to use the double-sided tape, ATG tape. Most definitely don't want to use hot glue because it'll burn right through the acetate paper, and then depending on what type of glue wet glue you have, it won't even hold. And so unless you have like E6000 and then you have to place something there to hold it for a while, I mean, it's a longer process. So I recommend that you just use tape for that part. But okay, so once we're done with our tape, putting that together, what you want to do is make sure if you have pattern paper, you want this flap to be at the top of this pattern paper, because this is how we're gonna have our box. So it'll come right over the box, just like that. Okay. And then we're gonna put our brads in the back of that page. But first, before you're gonna get to that part, I do wanna cut these corners off, and it'll just help for the page to close easily, or for the top of the lid to close more easily if these are angled. So I'm just going to take the piece that we cut from the other side and use it to measure this side. Okay? Simple as that. And I'm going to bring our scoreboard back for this next part. What I'm going to do, I want to punch 2 holes in the back of this for my brads to fit through. This back flap is going to measure 8 inches, so we want to have our holes measuring at about 2 inches and at about 6 inches. So find something, whether it be a pen, a marker, to mark your spots. I'm just going to try to freehand it. Now, if you're not comfortable with freehanding, then you can try, you can play with it and to get your measurements more accurate. But this is going to work for me. So now, what I'm gonna take my fuse tool that I shared with you guys earlier today, and what I'm going to do is make sure our boxes are lined up right. And I'm just going to use our fuse tool and poke a hole right through there. Poke a hole right through. Okay? And then I'm going to take our same pen that we had earlier, and I'm going to mark on our box where my holes are so that I can accurately punch the holes where my brads will go. And for that, I'm literally just going to take my pen and just punch it through. If I can get, oh, there we go. And punch it through. There we go. So now we want to layer that, put it back together, and take our brads. And I got these brads from Joanns. These are, I want to say it's called Miss Sparkle, but they were only like $1.50, $1.99 or something like that.